Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to show you how to hold these opposite colored bishop endgames. Even if you're a pawn down or sometimes even 2 pawns down, you can still hold these positions. Here this was my blitz game and I was black. As you can see, I'm a pawn down here. White has an extra a pawn. And what I did here was basically I wanted to get into this opposite colored bishop. So here I wanted to trade rooks and I just played bishop to g7, which is a mistake. Now he just took my rook here, but this is not a great move. The correct move is to just go here to e3, and now as you can see the threat is rook to f3 check and then just picking up another pawn. So if we do nothing, he's just going to check us, and you can see he's just going to take this pawn, and he's going to be 2 pawns up and also with an active position just winning. And lastly, if he tries to defend this pawn now with rook to f8, now we don't have this because he just goes back, but here we can just play rook to b3, attacking this pawn, and now there is no bishop to f8 defending this pawn, so the only way to protect this pawn is to play rook to b8, and now just rook to f3, and we're going to win this pawn once again. So that's why bishop to g7 was not really a good move. But anyways, he just took here on h8, which was a blunder because now the position is just drawn. And the point here is that after we take back, he just plays king to b3, and it seems like we're going to lose another pawn here, and with 2 connected passed pawns here, we're just going to lose, of course. But we can just move the king away, and this bishop now proves to be useful just looking at this pawn. So basically, if he takes the pawn, we also take it. And the problem for white here when he's going to try to win this game is going to be that he can't control the dark squares. And our bishop here is going to nicely defend this pawn from going further. And our king is also going to try to prevent the king from, coming into our position and just promoting this pawn here. So let's see how it goes. He just played a4, I played f6, king to g4, king to d6, and now f3. I played king to c7 now because I didn't want the king to, move forward. And now after bishop to g8, I just played h6. And now he basically forced me to put all my pawns on the dark squares, which I was pretty happy about. So here he played bishop to e4, and now our bishop here to this nice diagonal. Now this bishop is going to stop this pawn here from ever reaching this a7 square, because our king here is also, keeping this king away from here. So here he played h3 and now h5, g4, and we took. When we're in a worse position, we basically want to exchange as many pawns as possible, so we are closer to exchanging everything and coming into a drawn position, or just, then sacrificing our bishop for a pawn or something, which would leave white with only a bishop against our king, which would be a draw. I hope that makes sense. So here I just moved my bishop and white advanced. Now bishop to f2, just waiting to see what he wants to do. And now I just stepped closer, because if he goes back, we can just go back. We're not letting the opponent's king do anything, and we're grabbing as much space with our king as we can. So here he went for king to d3, and we just moved back with the bishop. And now even though he's a pawn up here, he basically has no way of supporting this pawn. So here he just played his bishop there. I moved, of course, on this diagonal. Our only goal here is to keep this bishop on this important diagonal and just block the opponent's king. So here he tried to come closer. I just went here. Now I just wait, and after he gives me a check, it's not a problem. I can just go here, and when he attacks my pawn, not a problem. I'll just go there, and he has no way of putting more pressure on our pawns here. So that's why this is just a draw. And of course, if he goes back, we're going to go back. He has no chance of improving here. So here he played bishop to d3, and I played this. Okay, this is the only mistake here. Any other move here is a draw. I can play this, I can play this, whatever I want. But this here is not a good move. And can you tell me why? Well, the point is that the king can attack our bishop. And by the way, this bishop is not hanging because he can then just take our bishop and this pawn is going to promote. And, after he attacks our bishop, we basically have to move it somewhere. Let's say we move it here. And now king to e4. And the problem now is that he's going to infiltrate here with the king. And we don't have our king here on c7 to stop him from doing that. So that's why, if we try to, you know, stop him, if we play king to d8, he just plays his king here, and our king is cut it off now, and this king is just going to help this pawn promote, and we're just going to lose the game. But luckily, since this was a blitz game, he didn't see it in a hurry, and he just played his bishop there, and I was really happy with that he didn't see it, and I just moved back. So now he tried to push the pawns because there's nothing else to do. I just took the pawns, you know, I want to exchange as many pawns as possible. Like I said before, this is very helpful for the side who is defending here. So here he just took the pawn, and I moved my bishop there. And now he's going to keep trying, but as we're going to see, there is no way for him to get into my position. If he goes back, I go further. If he goes further, I go back, and he has no way of coming through, as you can see. And around here, we just agreed to a draw. So from this example here, you can see that if you're worse, it's almost always a great idea to go into the opposite colored bishop's endgame, because you can control your opponent's pawns on one color on which the opponent can't. So guys, if you think this video was useful, please subscribe to my channel. You can watch more of my videos, and yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.